What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. Today we got a special car that took over a month to get here from the time I bought it. I've been waiting to show this to you for so long. I've been excited to get my hands on it. I've always wanted one, and now I finally have it.
Gary, just between you and me, you find Earnhardt, you know, intimidating?
Well, he's pretty darn competitive.
Nobody trades paint like Dale.
He does have that black Monte Carlo.
Yeah, he's got that black Monte Carlo.
But remember one thing. When he first started, his car was pink.
No, pink?
Pink?
Pink. And he's never gotten over it.
Genuine Chevrolet, the cars more champions trust, no matter what color they're painted.
Pink.
Team Monte Carlo.
Come on, man, go, go, go. You're never going to get by anybody this far behind. Let's go. The big hell on the right. Let's go, go, go. Blah, blah, blah. What'd you say? I guess my 7 NASCAR championships are clogging up my ears, huh? Now here, there's 2 ways to do this. There's my way and the wrong way.
Want to be like the Earnhardts? Drive the all-new Chevy Monte Carlo. The cars more champions depend on. Chevy, we'll be there.
All right, so first, what do you think of the get-up? And it gets even better, guys. I went all out. All right, I had to. Let's take a look at all the sponsors, right? Okay, now we can focus on the car, which is right here. My beautiful, new to me, 2004 Chevy Monte Carlo SS Supercharged Dale Earnhardt Jr. Edition. So I gave around $8,000 for this car. It's been for sale for a while. I probably overpaid for it, but honestly, I just wanted this thing so bad. And in the pictures, it looked so freaking good, man. Unfortunately, as with most of my purchases, they almost always look great in the pictures. And then when you get them, you realize they're not quite what you expected them to be in reality. Now, I have not driven this car yet, so I have no idea as to the running and driving condition of it at all. It took a month for this car to be delivered. I'm not quite sure what happened, but this car came from Reno, Nevada, and I already noticed some things that I'm not quite happy with. Hey, Nick, would you run inside and get the key fobs off of the cabinet, the counter? It's red. Your mom will know which one it is. That way we can actually fire this thing up. So the first thing that I knew about the car when I saw it in the pictures at Mannheim is that it had the wrong wheels on it, which wasn't a big deal because the listing said that the car came with the factory wheels. And I'm kind of a factory, you know, wheels and tires kind of guy when it comes to cars like this. And I really want everything to be as original as possible. Looks like it came from Sierra Classics and Imports. The first thing I noticed is that it did not come with the factory wheels and tires. I was hoping they'd be in the trunk, and unfortunately, they were not. Came with a car cover, which is nice, and a sunshade, but as far as any wheels and tires, nope. There is nothing back there. And then I started noticing little defects that I did not see in the pictures. Also, it's worth noting this car was sold on a red light, and that means there's no guarantees expressed or implied. This car could have a bad transmission for all I have no idea. Red light means you get no guarantees. But I noticed we had clear coat peel right here on the corner of this bumper. Then I noticed more clear coat peel on the very top of this spoiler. All right, another little spot of clear coat peel right there. I'm going to point out all the defects, guys. And then the tint on the back window peeling, bubbling, starting to come off. So the tint needs to be redone. This, I am fairly certain, was not in the pictures. This had a raised number 8, and it's missing. It's gone. I know it looks like it's there, but it's faded. It's not. The number 8 is actually missing from this. So if anybody knows where I can get a number 8 for this, I would love to replace it. In fact, I need 2 of them. Now, the rest of the car actually doesn't look bad at all. The rest of the car looks really good. So aside from those few defects, oh, there is one more. The number 8 is starting to peel right here. Looks like somebody put some adhesive on it and it didn't adhere all that great. So the number 8's starting to come off up there as well. But this was very disappointing. Again, not something that I saw in the pictures. a busted front headlight. Now, thankfully, this is not a special headlight. I can get a replacement for any Monte Carlo, an SS, an LS, an LT, it doesn't matter. That they'll all fit. So now, on to the good stuff. This car only has like 40,000 miles on the odometer. So, being a GM product from the 2000s, there really shouldn't be anything wrong with this car with 40,000 miles on it. Nick, have you seen this yet? No. You haven't? Well, go ahead, open the door and check it out, see what you think. There's a lot of Earnhardt Jr. insignia in this car. I mean, absolutely everywhere. On the seats, and then on the rocker. And then as you get into the car, even more. You've got the dash right there is Earnhardt everything, man. Number 8, it's got his signature. There's so many people that have told me, I've got one of those Earnhardt cars. I got his signature on the instrument cluster. Listen, that's printed, guys. It's not actually, he didn't hand sign all of these cars, all right? You also have Earnhardt Jr. right there on the dash. Really nice. It's got the factory radio. We'll go ahead and fire this thing up real quick and verify the mileage. Fired right up. Gauges look good. What I love is this boost gauge over here. I think this thing is so slick, man. I love the boost gauge. Oh, it's got no gas. They sold it with no gas. None. Great. So first thing we got to do is put some gas in it. 48,456 miles on the odometer. We've got a traction control off button right here in case you want to go really, really fast. And then you got your little cigarette lighter outlet right there. You got your old school Delco radio. Oh, wow.
Still works,
That sounds pretty good. That sounds pretty good. I'm surprised it's on a station that even works here. Let's turn on the AC and see if that works. That's another big deal. Well, we've got stuff blowing out. The question is it cold? Steering feels good. Gauges still look nice. Important window, obviously. Yep, it works. It works. Now, here is something. This oil change stick, can I get you guys, can I get it to focus? That oil change sticker is from January of 2022. That's when it was due back for an oil change. January of 2022 at 52,000 miles. It has 48,000 miles. So that means this car has not been driven since sometime in 2021. Yeah, it would have been probably October, November 2021. This car's been sitting for years. AC's cold, huh?
Yeah, it works.
Yeah. Oh, we have a digital display here with, what do they call these? I can't remember. It shows your trip, your range, fuel economy, all of that good stuff. Yeah, AC's ice cold. Let's pop the hood and take a look and see what's going on down there. Under there, I should say. So I know a lot of people are going to say $8,000 for an old Monte Carlo. That seems like a ridiculous price. I know. Some people just aren't going to get the nostalgia from this car. I was always an Earnhardt fan, an Earnhardt Senior fan. I loved Earnhardt Senior, and obviously he had a nasty car accident and he passed away in a terrible manner. And I kind of defaulted to his son. Not that I didn't like his son as a race car driver. I liked him as well. Tony Wallace. Listen, it sounds great. I would love to get a number 3 car. That would be like the ultimate dream, is the number 3, the Earnhardt Senior car. But those are a little more money, and most of the ones that I find for sale are not supercharged. They're the old school, just 3,800, which is a great motor, but obviously supercharged is better. We'll check and see what condition the trans fluid is in. Hopefully it's nice and bright pink. Let's just drop a little bit right here and see what it looks like. It's a little dark, but I mean it still has the nice reddish pink tint to it. So trans fluid is fine. No big deal there. I should have checked the oil and everything, but you know, we don't do stuff like that around here. We just get in and drive. Supercharger, look at that big old snout. Still has the factory plug wires and everything. I mean, everything should be pretty much factory stock on this car. All of the coil packs look OEM. They got the OEM numbers on them for the cylinders. Only thing aftermarket looks to be this ever start battery. We ought to take it for a ride. I'm not quite sure what the horsepower rating is on this, but I'm pretty sure it's probably like 260. Maybe Nick can look it up. It's an 04. It's an 04 Monte Carlo SS. You don't have to put Dale or Earnhardt or any of that stuff. They're all the same. It just comes down to an appearance package. You get the stripes and you get the numbers and you get the insignia and stuff on the interior. This is what I need. I need these. Maybe 3 of them would be great. These beautiful raised and kind of highly metallic with the drop shadow around the 8. I love this. I need enough of them to just redo those on the car. It runs great. I love the Dale Earnhardt Jr. Signature on the back as well. What'd you find? 240? 240, yeah. That's it?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's not too bad for a front-wheel drive car, I guess. I'll bet if you could find a tune for these things, I'll bet you could crank up the power on this thing a little bit. Now, even though I would have preferred the original wheels, honestly, I think the black, close this door and just really, really kind of take it in. I think the black actually looks really good on this car. It really does. We got a little smoke coming out of the exhaust. Who knows how long it's been since this car has run for more than 10 minutes. Obviously, for the last several years, it's just been sitting. Why don't we grab a gas can and a funnel out of the house? Let's throw some gas in it. Let's take it for a quick ride before we lose daylight over here. One of the things I'm really hating, what time is it? It is 4:45. See, I can't tell time. 4:45. And the sun's already going down. It makes getting things done so difficult. I hate daylight savings. I wish we could just get rid of it. It gets dark too early. All right, guys, let's premium fuel only. Ooh, I'm gonna throw some gasoline in this bad boy and we're gonna take her for a little spin. Who knows, maybe Nick will want to drive it. All right, we put some gas in it. It's been sitting here idling for a while. Seems to be running pretty good. Interior's in great shape. And honestly, the body's in pretty good shape too. I was hoping this is gonna be a little more of a collector looking car, but this is, I mean, it's pretty good. It's pretty good, but it's definitely not perfect. You got a little bow in the dashboard right there from heat. That can be fixed with a heat gun, pushing it back down, a little bit of adhesive. It's definitely not as good as I was hoping it was gonna be, but honestly, overall, it's really not that bad. So taking a look at the gauges, we got over a quarter tank of gas, oil pressure's good, water temperature's good, everything seems to be on par, and I guess all that's left to do is buckle up, take it for a ride. All right, so going through our little economy computer here, shows average miles a gallon, instant miles a gallon, your range. It predicts that we get 104 miles out of this tank, or this quarter of a tank, I guess. Fuel used, average speed, and then it's nice enough to show you the direction you're going and the temperature outside. It's kind of nice. Nick just said he really likes this car.
Yeah, I do.
All right, well, what are these? Oh, we got seat warmers too? Oh, no kidding. I didn't even know it came with that. Cup holder there, cup holder there. Nothing in there. Check the glove box, Nick. Is there anything in the glove box? Do we get any books or anything with this? Oh, man. Did it come with the factory book? 2004 Monte Carlo. How about that? Too bad it's not like a signature edition or anything.
Yeah, that would have been way better.
All right. Let's take her for a spin. See how she does. We're about to find out if this red light car is actually a runner and a driver. Because like I said, with a red light, you don't know what you're getting. And obviously, this car has been off the road for years. So I am a little nervous because $8,000 is a lot of money to spend on an old car. Just going to have to cross our fingers here and hope for the best. Well, it has reverse, Nick. That's a start. If nothing else, we can drive it backwards. All right. Will it shift? Yes. And shift again. There it is. It shifts. It's driving. The steering is nice and tight. Straight. For an old General Motors product, the rattles are minimal. That's always good. GM wasn't notorious for making the most high quality vehicles, all right? They definitely have a tendency to rattle and squeak and clunk, and this one, surprisingly, is pretty damn good. We're about to get it up to speed, then we'll try out the cruise control. Cruise control button just came on. Speed limit goes up to 65 now, so let's get her up to speed. I mean, this is uneventful. I mean, I'm glad that it's uneventful, but I expected something. What do we have over here? We have cruise control set. Let's see if it works. I set it. Uh-oh, we're losing speed. Set. There it is. There it is. The buttons are a little sticky for not being used. Yeah, it doesn't have auto lights either. You got to turn the lights on your own. What do you think, Nick?
I really do like it.
It's not bad. Not bad at all.
Spacious.
Yeah, it is spacious. And we got OnStar and everything right there too. Really nice. Oh, it drives great. This is actually nicer of a ride than I thought it was going to be. All right, guys, so the question is, will it make the 10-mile run? And do I look like a race car driver, right? I need to take this thing to the track, Nick. Oh, there's a dead cow.
That was a boar.
That was a boar?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. I thought it was a baby cow. How do I look, man? All decked out in my Earnhardt Jr. attire, driving the Earnhardt Jr. car. If I could not cross the center line there, I'd be doing much better. I like it, Nick. I really do. 48,000 miles on the odometer. And it... Oh. Did I hit the cruise control? It turned off. What the hell? Let's try this again. We'll definitely get into the throttle a little bit here in a minute. Just kind of see how it feels with all 240 horsepowers. Let's get it up to almost 70. I'll click it again. There we go. Cruise control is set again, and then we'll check the fuel economy also. Once we get to our 5-mile mark, we'll get out, walk around, pop the hood, make sure nothing's smoking, make sure nothing is leaking or knocking or ticking, and then we'll turn it around and we'll try to do our 5 miles back home. But so far, it's nice. The window tint is horrible. I'll show you the back window here. It's way worse in person than I think you could see on camera. There are like stripes going down it, almost like this car sat under direct sunlight, but there were like some beams or something that were shading it, and it's really messed up the window tints on the back window. Thankfully, I have a guy not too far from here that does my window tint for me. He is phenomenal, and I'll bet if I took this car to him, he can make it look really good. And darker. I want darker tint because the red and black just goes so good together. I mean, just look, red and black. It goes so good together. All right, guys, onward. Okay, we have made it to the 5-mile mark. Did you guys have any doubt? Oh my God, these guys again? These are the guys. Did I tell you the story yesterday, Nick? These guys are the most greediest. Yeah, I already donated. No, thank you. No, thank you. I'm good. These guys are just the shadiest and greediest. So I came out here the other day to buy some batteries, and these guys were standing out here on the street corner. And let me flip this camera around real quick. Don't come over here, man. Don't come over here. Anyway, I didn't tell you the story?
No.
Okay, so I came out here yesterday with Monkey Wrench Mike, and we're working on a Mercedes. And I roll up, I don't know who these guys are, but I was like, I'm always down to donate some money to help out somebody or whatever, or a church or whatever it is. So I pulled a 20 out, and I roll down the window, and I put a 20 out the window. The guy walks up to me, and he didn't even take my 20. He wouldn't take it out of my hand. He looked at me and said, "Sir, couldn't you spare $100? And I was like, what? I said, no. I said, I can spare $20. And he said, "Sir, couldn't you do $40? And I looked at Mike, and I was like, are you serious? Are you serious right now? Did these guys, I just come up trying to be nice and hand them a 20. You ask me for 100? And then when I say no, you ask me for double what I was already offering? No, man." Then they look at Mike, and they're like, "Do you have any money, son?" And Mike was like, "I ain't got any money." He's like, "I ain't got nothing." He's like, I don't have any cash. I got nothing at all. And I handed the guy the 20. He said, "Bless you, son," or something like that, and I'm like, okay. We drove off, and I was like, seriously, can you believe people today? Instead of taking the 20 and just being good with it, you ask for 100. And the best part is, this isn't like I rolled up in an S-Class Mercedes and these guys were like, oh, this dude's got money, right? I rolled up in that puke green Hyundai Venue that I was trying to give you.
Yeah.
And now they're coming up to us and talking. No, thank you. No, thank you. Thank you. Yeah. They come up to me and ask for 5 times what I was offering. And now they got the nerve to try to come to my window and get some money from me today. You serious? I rolled up in a Hyundai, and you asked me if I got $100 that I can spare for you? Get out of here. Now I want to move along, man. I don't even want to sit here right now. Oh, I'm not going to let these guys run me off. Let's get out, take a look at the car, make sure everything is fine. And if they walk up to us for money, just tell them we don't believe in donating. All right, let's take a look. We'll do a quick headlight, fog light check, and all that good stuff. Leave the window down just in case the car decides it wants to lock itself. It is really dirty. Unfortunately, it arrived this way. It's got like stuff splattered all over the front of it. So we got headlights, corner lights. We got the fog lights. Yeah, both of them, in fact. It's got, I think this car has such a nice profile to it, Nick. It doesn't look sleek.
It does.
I love the look of these things, man. And when I first saw it with the black wheels, I wasn't totally sold on it. But the more I look at it, the more I think the black wheels almost look like they belong on it.
Yeah.
Let's walk around, check the back lights out, make sure they're good. Yeah, she's a sharp looking car. I'll bet Brian, if I sent this to the auto spa, we could get some detail work. I bet he could make this thing look so good. The only problem is he can't fix that clear coat. You know what I mean? That's going to need like paint, and then that bumper. And then the problem is if you do try to get it painted, you got to hope that the paint's gonna match. And on the bumper, repainting the whole bumper, then you deal with these stripes. So that's a whole nother problem in and of itself. Looks like all the lights are working. Tail lights work. I can see the license plate light works. You want to drive it back, or are you good?
I'm good.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
You don't want to drive it?
No, I'd rather have you drive.
All right, well, let's pop the hood real quick. Just double check everything. Then we'll take it back, and then when we get back, we'll check the fuel economy. Don't let me forget. I want to check the fuel economy and see what the average fuel economy is on this thing on the highway. Well, oh no. Do you see that, Nick? Yeah, there's nothing. I'm totally lying. It's perfectly fine. Oh, good pressure on the cooling system. Engine is running like a sewing machine. You know what? The engine is running like a Swiss watch, like a Rolex. It's. Nick is like, I don't ever want to be like this guy. You know what I think it's missing? I swear it's got a little nut right here. I think there's supposed to be an engine cover that sits over all of this. It says like 3800, so I may need to replace that. I'm certain there's supposed to be an engine cover. And then the next thing I wonder is superchargers require oil, and you need to change the oil on them. And I see what looks like maybe a little fill plug right there. Maybe? I'm wondering, do you have to change the oil on these superchargers, or are they one of those things that they don't need oiled like that? I don't know. If anybody knows, drop a comment below. And also remember, if you have a hookup on these factory stickers, I need 3 of them. So if someone could just drop a link or something, or shoot me an email at autoauctionrebuilds@gmail.com, I would greatly appreciate it, because I would really love to get the factory original stickers. Let's see how the gauges look since she's been sitting here idling for a while. Temperature just under normal. Gas is still good. Oil pressure is solid. Man, it runs absolutely perfect. All right, on the road again. One thing I didn't pay attention to when I was driving was the boost gauge, and I want to see if the boost gauge changes as we like hit on the gas here. So going over a bunch of rocks, and suspension is great on this. Oh, I'm so upset with those guys, man. Oh, that was so rude. Come on, guy. Let's do it to it. No? All right, then we're gonna go. Let's do it. Oh, he was turning anyway. I got no plates. All right, let's take a look at that boost gauge. Oh. Oh, that's fast. Oh my God, this thing is fast. Nick's laughing. Okay, it's not fast. Yeah, it's not fast. Nick's like, what? It needs a fresh tank of gas. All right, let me slow down, and let's just give her a little, there's nobody behind us. Let's just see what it does, you know, kind of. Oh. Oh, my God. Whoa. Oh, wow. Woo. Woo. Oh, Nick.
Way too fast.
That was crazy. That was crazy. I'm kidding. That was yeah. You know, it's just a cool car. It's got a supercharger and it's got a little bit of horsepower under the hood, but this is not something that's going to impress your friends. You know, I don't think you're going to impress too. I mean, I know that the look of the car will certainly impress, but when it comes to performance, this car does not have it. It's all looks. It's all show and no go, all bark and no bite. It looks mean. It is a cool car, in my opinion. I didn't buy it because I thought it was going to be fast. I've had plenty of cars with the Supercharged 3800 under the hood, and I already know, yeah, they're torquey. From a dig, yeah, you can spin the tires and have some fun with them, but fast is one thing that these are not. But it is a cool car regardless, and it is nice. I mean, when you want to get on the throttle, you can... Yeah, you know, she'll get, and you get to watch the boost gauge go up, and other than that, though, that's about where all the coolness wears off, guys. Don't look for something like this for performance, because you will be sorely disappointed. Okay, let's try to get her back to the house. Let's check the fuel economy. Then I got to show you guys the window tint from the inside, because it almost, you guys will have to tell me. I don't know what's going on, but it's got some striping going on back there. I've never seen anything like it. Maybe one of you out there have, and maybe you could explain what causes it. So I was just telling Nick that unfortunately, after driving the Plaid, everything else just is unimpressive. No, I'm kidding. That's actually what Nick just told me, and I thought that was a valid point. Nick really, he's like, he's stealing my... Nick was like, you know, Nick has driven the Plaid, and Nick is like, after driving the Plaid, it's just... It unfortunately kind of ruins the experience for almost anything else, and he's absolutely right. So, you know, maybe to somebody else out there, this car is a performer. You know, this car is the bee's knees. It's got all the performance you could ever want. So for that, like, obviously, the way each of us feels about horsepower is different. You know, some people will get in a car with 150 horsepower, and they're going to think, man, this thing is just quick. Other people, if it's not 500 horsepower, it's not quick. And then there's people that have driven Plaids or ridden in Plaids, and it's just like all-wheel drive, 1,026 horsepower, 0 to 60 in
1.9 seconds.
Oh, 0 to 60, yeah, 0 to 60 in 9 seconds. That's fast. 0 to 60 in 1.9, and the quarter mile in what, 9.8? Was that what it was? 9.2? 9?
I think it did like the high 8s.
High 8?
I don't know.
I swore it was 9s. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The point is a car like that is just, it's so fast. And once you've driven or ridden in one of those and you've experienced it, it really does, unfortunately, kind of kill the experience for most other cars. So Nick said he looked it up. They did a record quarter mile in 8.5 seconds. I think my question would be, though, is that a stock Plaid, or did they remove interior components? Did they lighten it up to get into the 8s? Because that sounds like something that had to be seriously modified. But either way, 9.8 seconds, 8.5 seconds. The point is, it's fast. It's a fast car. We got back just in time because we were losing sunlight. I can't believe how early it gets dark anymore, man. It is just... All right, let's check fuel economy, guys. What are you thinking? I'm thinking, Nick, 24 miles a gallon. Although I did beat on it. Let's see. Up! 24.2. See? Look at that. 92 mile range, 0.4 gallons used, average speed of 31 miles an hour, and then right back to zip. Now, let me show you guys what's going on with this window tint. Now, from the outside, it's kind of hard to see, but you can see. You see the stripe? And then there's another one right here. And another one over there. But on the inside, oh my God, it looks so much worse. Let's see if I can figure out how to lift this seat up here. Get you guys back. Look at that. What is going on there? I don't even know. The back seats look like they have never been sat in, ever. They are perfect. Headliner also is absolutely perfect. I love this car. I really do. I wish that I could have gotten a senior car. That would have been ideal, but the price of them, there's a premium to pay for the number 3. You know what I mean? And finding the one that would be supercharged, I didn't have a whole lot of luck with it. And again, $8,000 in my opinion for this car, I don't think it was a bad deal. I really don't. I think $8 grand was a good price. It's still a really cool car. It's not perfect, which in its own right makes it an even better car, because a perfect car you don't want to drive. A perfect car you don't want to take out and risk somebody scratching it or denting it. This car is good enough that you can enjoy driving it without being too afraid of something happening to it. In my opinion, it's actually perfect just the way it is. Speaking of perfect, let's go over and take a look at the 57 Chevy. The old 57 Chevrolet that I've left sitting out here. I had like 4 people out here the other day. I just pulled up. Monkey Wrench Mike and I pulled up out here. We had 4 people standing around this car. And they had my yard and my driveway. They were parked all over the yard and the driveway. And they were over here all like trying to decide how much my car was worth. Yeah. And they were like, do you want to sell this? How much do you want for it? And I'm like, it's not for sale. I'm serious. Monkey Wrench Mike was here. It was crazy. One guy was trying to trade me a motorcycle for it. A motorcycle. And I was like, no, man. And then another guy started pointing out all the imperfections. And I hate guys like that. You know why? If you were buying the car, that's different. But I literally told you it's not for sale. And the guy's pointing out all these little imperfections. And he's like, well, this and this and this. And I'm like, it doesn't matter. It's not for sale. You're not buying it. And who goes out to somebody's house, walks up to their car, and then starts like dissing on the car? I would never do that to someone. You know, I would never go up to someone and look at their car and be like, oh yeah, look at that. Oh man, look at that. Oh no. I would never do that to someone, man. The car is somebody's pride and joy. This one happens to be my pride and joy. I would never go up to somebody and start like nitpicking their ride. I don't know. You guys tell me below in the comment section. Do you think it's a beautiful car? Or do you think, you know, it's not that great? The guy was complaining about the paint. Look at the paint. What are you talking about? The paint is beautiful. No, it's not perfect. This car was painted. It's like 30 or 40 years ago this car was painted.
It's a 67-year-old car, too.
Yes. I mean, no, it's not perfect, but I mean, just look around. I'm not trying to hide anything. I'm getting you guys right up on it. She is beautiful, in my opinion. And contrary to what that old guy thinks, I can tell you this much. Every time we take this car out, people go crazy over it. We go to the movies in this car and stuff. You know, movie night, we take this car. People go nuts over this car, man. They're out taking pictures of it. It's absolutely gorgeous, and I love it. And with that, Nick, here's your new car. Enjoy your Hyundai Venue.
All right.
Yeah, I know. He picked this car. We haven't. We're still trying to make some decisions on all that. Anyway, guys, I think that's going to be it for the old Monte Carlo SS here. I'm thrilled with it. I'll let you guys drop your comments below. Some of you are going to love it. You're going to think it was a great deal. Some of you are going to hate it. It's a horrible car. You hate Earnhardt Jr. And I paid too much, and it's a hunk of junk. I don't know. For me, I like it, and I guess at the end of the day, that's all that matters. I share the videos with you because I hope that some of you will enjoy these videos, and hopefully you enjoy this car as much as I do. With that, we're going to get out of here, folks. So do me a favor, if you enjoyed this video, and I hope you did, hit the thumbs up button and let me, and yes, I bought all of the gear, I know, whatever. If you enjoyed it, hit the thumbs up button. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already subscribed. And until next time, stay safe out there, everybody. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon in the next one.